Welcome, spooky friends. If you like ghost stories and illustration, you're in the right place. So sit tight, get a coffee, and let's start with this Halloween special of spooky stories. 3 Encounters with La Llorona. My grandpa used to tell me, in the town he was from, everybody knew this man. He used to go to the local bar and flirt with a lot of women. And that one time, he was coming out of the bar drunk to the bone. It was early in the morning, around 3 a.m., when he had an encounter with a very beautiful woman. She was wearing a long white dress, and he couldn't let the opportunity get away. He tried flattering the woman and started following her. The woman kept walking, and the man, tired of her not talking back to him, yelled at her, "Hey!" And the woman stopped. The darkness didn't allow him to notice that she wasn't walking at all. She was levitating, and when the woman turned around, he stood there, frozen. She had a horse face. When I was a kid, a very nice lady used to help my mom with the ironing. I was always eager to listen to her stories because she had always something to tell. One time, she says she was working late at night in a fabric. She used to do the cleaning there, so her shift was what it was called the graveyard shift at the hospitals. She finished working and headed home, but in order to do that, she needed to cross the canal close to her house. She was walking through the bridge when she heard a long and very nostalgic scream. She got paralyzed, and she instantly knew that was La Llorona. She kept walking, but this time faster, and then she got home. She was brave enough to look out to the window, and that's when she saw her. White, long dress, dark and wet hair, but the most terrifying thing was the fact that she was floating over the canal and stood there for what it felt like forever, calling out for her children. I'm from Michoacan, Mexico. I was 9 years old when my dad left to go to Mexico City for the weekend. My mom was a bit overwhelmed because that was gonna be the first time we stayed home without him. My mom started to lock all the doors and made sure all windows were locked as well. My sister and I went to bed, hoping Dad would be home the next morning. The light went out, and all dogs from the surroundings started barking. My sister and I hugged each other since we were afraid of the dark, and when Mom got to her bedroom with some candles, we heard her. All of a sudden, the doorknobs of her house started moving and shaking constantly, like she wanted to get in. My mom started praying, and when she finished her prayer, everything was quiet. I knew she was gone, but I also knew that if it wasn't because of my mom, she would have taken us with her. Thank you so much for watching. Happy nightmares and happy Halloween.